Kanu. So we feel that, yes, there is no useful purpose for his detention. Detaining Nnamdi Kanu up till now will not serve Nigeria any useful purpose. By releasing him will go a long way, to calm down the frayed nerves in the country.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining me in this video. Today is the 30th day of January, being Thursday, 2025. The Yoruba Apex Sociocultural Group, Afenifere, has approved the appointment of Farotimi as the National Organizing Secretary of the association. Afenifere, as we know, is not just one of the best sociocultural groups. Afenifere is the best sociocultural group in Nigeria, including that of Igbo, Arewa Consultative Forum, and every other ethnic nationalities. This is because right from time, Afenifere has always stand on what is just. They have always condemned what is not right. So I have followed this association time without number. The way they reason, it is just the normal way people reason. In Nigeria, we don't reason normal. So when you see an association who is always right in their thinking, I think the association should be appreciated. Now, following their meeting yesterday, the first meeting of the year for that matter, they prioritized the, condemn for the release of Nnamdi Kanu in their meeting. They said that the detention of Nnamdi Kanu is causing more harm to Nigeria. That if Kanu should be released today, that the benefit of his release to Nigeria will be great. This is the same thing we have been saying time without number. You see, when you are feeding a child or you are going to give a child a medicine, the child will be crying. The child don't know that the medicine is just the healing or the solution to the sickness. That is the situation of Nigeria today. They don't know that Nigeria is just going down because of so many things that they are doing and they have done, including the release or the detention of Nnamdi Kanu. If Nnamdi Kanu is released today, there are so many things that will change automatically. Before Nnamdi Kanu was put into detention, was Nigeria like this? Absolutely no, especially in terms of security. You might not believe this, you might argue this, but Nnamdi Kanu has played a major role in bringing security to the southeast. It's either you believe it or not. Because before Nnamdi Kanu even started, intervening in the issue of insecurity and so on and so forth, there have been a lot of crises in the bushes, kidnapping, all those right. So he was just concerned about his people, and that is why he established all those Eastern Security Network, and everything was going fine before those Python dance proscription of ipob and so on and so forth. Now, let us understand what is the position of this Afenifere and what is the details or the purpose of the meeting heard yesterday. Let's take a listen.
Yoruba sociocultural group Afenifere has called on President Bola Tinubu to release the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. At the end of the meeting on Tuesday at the Ogun State residence of Afenifere National Leader Chief Ayo Adebanjo, the group said that fair hearing for the ipob leader may no longer be guaranteed due to controversial and conflicting legal proceedings in different courts on the matter. Let's take them one by one. First of all, the calling for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. What should we make of the timing of this calling, seeing as he's been in detention for quite a while and battling his legal troubles? What is it that right now, what happened? What transpired?
Well, like you said, we discussed quite a number of issues bordering on the state of the nation. And there is no doubt that issues of, security, national reconciliation, and all of that at this critical time is very important. And we see the issue of Nnamdi Kanu, the release of Nnamdi Kanu, as such that could bring about national reconciliation. We actually do not want it to be seen as a political issue. Any moment from now, maybe in the next 6 months or thereabout, you see politicians begin to discuss 2027 and thereabout. And so we feel that it is very important at this time, because there is no way you will discuss issue of security in this country, issue of national reconciliation, issue of southeast of Nigeria without the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. So we feel that, yes, there is no useful purpose for his detention. detaining Nnamdi Kanu up till now will not serve Nigeria any useful purpose. But releasing him will go a long way, to calm down the free nerves in the country, and for us to have, in Nigeria, everybody at least will have a better sense of belonging. Afenifere just feel at this time that there is no need for federal government continuing to. In fact, I wouldn't know whether there was any need to have even detained him in the first place, particularly for this long.
But looking at the federal government's body language, and its, should I say, inaction regarding this matter, so far, because several groups have also called for his release. What makes you, or should I say, are you optimistic that the federal government will listen to this call from Afenifere?
Well, you see, Afenifere looks at things from the objective point of view at a particular time in the history of our nation. And we are not doing it for the first time. If you cast your mind back to sometimes around 1981, in faraway northeast Nigeria, and one sugar bar was deported, and the federal government suddenly called him a Cameroonian and deported him, is it a Cameroonian or a Chadian, and deported him from Nigeria. Afenifere then, still under the leadership of Chief Obafemi Awolowo, rose to the occasion. It is not a matter of whether we are optimistic or not. It is a question of, is it just, is it right? What we are asking, is it appropriate? And so it is for us to make our own demand, to advise government, and it is for government to take its own decision.
Fair enough. And we also know that during the meeting, the barrister Dele Farotimi was appointed the new National Organizing Secretary. This is in light, of course, of the back and forth that happened with Afe Babalola and the case against Dele Farotimi. Now it seems that he's been embraced with warm arms. Could you speak a little bit on the implications of such, and also the relationship with Mr. Farotimi?
Well, I was here sometimes during your morning show when I had the opportunity of visiting Dele Farotimi and Chief Afe Babalola in company with His Excellency Peter Obi to Ado Ekiti. The appointment yesterday has nothing, absolutely nothing, to do with the Chief Afe Babalola's issue, which, thank God, all is well now, that ends well. Dele Farotimi is a member of the Afenifere, as a matter of fact, of his national caucus. And what transpired yesterday was not an appointment, it was an approval of an appointment. The appointment had come before the national executive for quite a while, but the general meeting had not come up for the purpose of approving the appointment. So what happened yesterday, the appointment was not just done yesterday, it was the approval of the appointment that had been sent forth by the National Executive Committee of the party, of the organization.
All right. So this is coming amid the Buhari's aid incitement, saying that anybody calling for the release of Nnamdi Kanu is an enemy of Nigeria. Whether Nigeria even have friends, I don't really know, because as far as I'm concerned, from the presidency, the politicians, everybody, we are the enemies of ourselves. We are the reason why things are not going on well. We are the reason why we are like this. So saying that anyone calling for the release of Nnamdi Kanu is the enemy of Nigeria, does Nigeria have friends? If Nigeria should be a nation, does he have friends? No. We all are the enemies of Nigeria because nobody wants Nigeria to work. And that is why we said enough is enough. So it is better everybody goes in their separate ways, because everybody knows the truth. Nigeria is not one. We are not being treated equally. So there is no need for us to continue to say that, oh, we are Nigerians, we are in one nation. What is the meaning of nation? The nation that's supposed to protect the lives and property of the people, Nigeria doesn't have the capacity to protect lives and property. If they have, why is our villages being ravaged with insecurity, people who are kidnapping, killing people can no longer go to farm, and it seems that nothing is happening? That is to tell you that this is a complete failed state. Complete, in total, a complete failed state. The Chief of Army Staff, Ndagbaja, may he so rest in peace. Before his death, 2 months before his death, told us that the armed forces in Nigeria don't have capacity to secure Nigeria. And people, Nigerians, we are dumb people, sorry to use the word, because we hear things like this and we keep quiet. That statement is enough for the civilians to seize the nation, occupy every street, hold all the politicians to ransom, because the armed forces said they can't secure the nation. Meaning, all our lives in Nigeria, we are just on a death row. You may wake up and die. The military has told you that they don't have what it takes to secure you. So, let me tell you, even though Kanu is released today, no thank you to anybody, because the man has paid his due. He has paid his due. What has he not lost? Both his parent and everything. So, what is the essence again? The detention of Nnamdi Kanu is so unfortunate that his own people masterminded it and wanted him to stay there perpetually, all because of power. But the truth is that no matter what it takes, Kanu will be released. That is the truth. Kanu will be released. Nnamdi Kanu will be released. And it will put to shame as many people, as many politicians who have never wanted this man to be released. There are a lot of them, we know them. They never wanted this man to be released. Anytime Kanu will be released, those people, their mind will fly. Some of them will leave the country. Some of them will have BP because they know what they have done. When everything that surrounds the kidnapping of Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya, there are a lot of information we have, which we have released sometimes. Sometimes we keep it because Nnamdi Kanu have to come out to tell his own part of the story. Okay? So there are a lot of things that has gone wrong. Some people who masterminded the killing of Nnamdi Kanu, they are no longer alive today. They are dead. So a lot of things has gone wrong already. The only thing we are saying, let this man be released first, okay? Let him be released. Every other thing will follow. Forgetting.
Let Yoruba man go and rule Yoruba land. Let the North agree on who will rule Northwest. Let the Kanuri rule Northeast. Let the Igbos rule the Southeast. Let the South agree. Then the temperature will come down. I will not want to be running federal election with 200 million naira form, because I have to run from Sokoto to Ikotekpene. I will campaign as a premier of Western region, where people know me and I know them. I know what they want. The Southwest want to bring all Yorubas who are Japan, bring them back to Nigeria. Nigeria is too hostile for the Yorubas now. Nigeria is a poisoned environment for Yoruba, because we invested in education so much and we have lost all the human beings. They are developing other societies. The North will not care less. How many doctors do they have in United States? How many doctors do they have in Europe? These are facts and put on the table now. I don't need to sugarcoat anything at all. We are divided. Let's just accept it. It's no fight. It's no war. The North will come up on their own. We will respect each other. But this matter of trying to play some games, President Tinubu is better. In fact, if he runs only one time and he brings this temperature down, his name will go down in history. But if he does not do anything in the next 6 months about restructuring, and he goes to use all the money to run election in 2027 and he wins, and then what? Yorubas will become endangered in the political system, because once he leaves, then Nigeria is not safe for Yoruba again.